International law is the backbone of peace efforts in the modern world. But it is much more than just a legal framework. It is a tool used by nations and global organizations to prevent conflict, safeguard human rights, and foster stability. Let's dive into how it works to better understand its role in preventing conflicts around the world. Introduction to international law. International law comprises rules and principles that govern relations between states, international organizations, and, to a lesser extent, individuals. It includes treaties, conventions, and customary laws designed to maintain peace and security. These laws establish the frameworks for how nations interact, settle disputes, and avoid resorting to violence. Example: the United Nations Charter, for instance, was designed to prevent wars and foster diplomacy. One of its key purposes is to ensure that international disputes are resolved peacefully. Section 2. Tools of international law in conflict prevention. International law provides multiple tools for conflict prevention. Let's break down a few of the most significant ones. 1. Diplomatic negotiations and mediation. Diplomacy, underpinned by international law, serves as a first step in resolving conflicts. Treaties, ceasefire agreements, and peace talks are often used to prevent escalation into war. The role of mediators, such as the United Nations or independent international bodies, is crucial in these situations. 2. International treaties and conventions. Treaties like the Geneva Conventions aim to regulate warfare by protecting civilians and prisoners of war. The Hague Conventions focus on regulating the conduct of war, ensuring humanitarian standards are upheld. Example: in Gaza, the application of the Geneva Conventions is vital. While violations of these laws have occurred, international law serves as a tool to protect civilians and ensure accountability for war crimes. 3. Peacekeeping missions. Nations sometimes deploy peacekeepers to conflict zones to ensure ceasefire agreements hold and provide stability in post-conflict regions. Example: peacekeeping missions, like those in Cyprus or Bosnia, exemplify how international law can help prevent conflict flare-ups after a ceasefire. Section 3. The Gaza crisis, a case studies. Gaza, a region that has endured decades of conflict, serves as an example of international law's challenges in conflict prevention. Gaza's situation is marked by continuous violence and political instability. Despite multiple peace processes, the cycle of violence continues. Example: in 2008, the United Nations Security Council called for a ceasefire in Gaza, demanding that both parties cease hostilities. However, the complex political and military dynamics in the region made it difficult to enforce these resolutions effectively. International law, through entities like the International Criminal Court, has been used to hold parties accountable for violations, including war crimes and crimes against humanity. Yet, despite these frameworks, there is often a lack of enforcement due to geopolitical complexities and the failure to implement resolutions. Section 4. Why international law sometimes fails in conflict prevention. While international law offers frameworks to prevent conflict, its application is not always successful. There are several reasons for this. 1. Political and geopolitical tensions. Nations may not fully adhere to international legal norms due to political, economic, or military interests. For example, in Gaza, the influence of regional powers has made it difficult to achieve lasting peace. 2. Lack of enforcement mechanisms. International law lacks a global enforcement body. This means that while laws are established, there is often no way to ensure compliance, especially when powerful states are involved. 3. Complexity of regional conflicts. In regions like Gaza, conflicts are deeply rooted in historical, religious, and cultural divisions, making it difficult for international laws and treaties to resolve the issues at hand. Section 5. How international law can improve. To enhance the role of international law in conflict prevention, global cooperation and stronger enforcement mechanisms are essential. International organizations like the United Nations must work closely with national governments to implement legal frameworks that prevent violence. Example: in Gaza, if international actors prioritize consistent diplomatic engagement, humanitarian aid, and enforceable peace agreements, international law could play a more prominent role in preventing future violence. The path forward. While international law has undoubtedly played a role in preventing full-scale wars and protecting civilians, it is clear that more needs to be done to ensure that it is applied consistently. The case of Gaza is a stark reminder of the challenges involved in conflict prevention, but it also highlights the importance of international law in shaping global peace efforts. Moving forward, a united global community and robust legal frameworks can help mitigate conflict, safeguard human dignity, and ensure peace. Thank you for watching. If you want to dive deeper into the role of international law in conflict resolution, don't forget to subscribe to your Study Hub for more in-depth content.